Today you will explore the lives and ministries of the major prophets according to the Holy Scriptures. Prepare to discover stories of faith, courage, and divine revelation that still resonate with power and relevance today. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and Daniel. 4 names, 4 extraordinary stories. What makes them so special? What can we learn from them? Let's start with Isaiah. Isaiah not only prophesied the fall of kingdoms and the coming of the Messiah, but he also stood out for his heavenly calling and his vision of God's throne. His calling was unique. Isaiah had a striking vision of the Lord on his throne, surrounded by seraphim, who purified his lips with a burning coal. This experience marked the beginning of his prophetic mission. He prophesied about the Messiah. Isaiah left us a clear image of the suffering servant, a figure that centuries later would be fulfilled in Jesus Christ. A hope in times of crisis. Through his words, he transmitted hope to a people in crisis, reminding them of God's faithfulness and unconditional love. Isaiah teaches us that even in the darkest of times, there is hope and promises of restoration. Jeremiah, known as the weeping prophet, not only prophesied the destruction of Jerusalem, but experienced firsthand the suffering of his people. Jeremiah, the prophet of perseverance. He was tenacious in the face of adversity. Jeremiah endured persecution, imprisonment, and the rejection of his own people, but he never stopped transmitting the divine message. His message of a new covenant. He announced a profound spiritual renewal, a new covenant in the hearts of the people. He had empathy and compassion. Jeremiah wept for his people, demonstrating a deep empathy that connects him emotionally with us today. Jeremiah reminds us that, despite adversity, we must stand firm in our mission and in our faith. Ezekiel, the prophet of visions and symbolic acts, his ministry captivates us with shocking visions and dramatic actions. Ezekiel, the prophet of visions. His amazing visions, from the vision of cherubim and wheels to the valley of dry bones, Ezekiel left us with unforgettable images. His role as a sentinel. Ezekiel was called to be a sentinel to his people, warning them about their behavior and the consequences of their disobedience. The promised restoration. He announced the renewal of Israel and the return of the people to their land, symbolizing the hope of a renewed future. Ezekiel inspires us to see beyond the visible and to trust in God's promises. Daniel, the prophet and statesman, stood out for his integrity and unwavering faith, even in a hostile environment. Daniel, the prophet of integrity and revelation. His steadfastness in faith. From refusing to eat unclean food to praying openly, Daniel kept his faith in all circumstances. His dream interpretations. Daniel interpreted dreams and visions that revealed the divine plan for the nations, from Babylon to the eternal kingdom of God. His experience in the lion's den. His miraculous deliverance from the lion's den demonstrates the power of divine protection. Daniel teaches us that faithfulness and integrity are rewarded, and that faith can overcome any trial. Being a prophet was not an easy task. They faced hardships, persecutions, and enormous responsibilities. But they also experienced the nearness of God, divine revelations, and the satisfaction of fulfilling a transcendent purpose. For those who feel the call to be prophets today, remember that although the road may be difficult, the privilege of being a spokesperson for God is incomparable. Be courageous, maintain your integrity, and trust that, like the major prophets, you too are fulfilling a crucial role in the divine plan. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history and ministry of the major prophets. May their lives and messages be a source of inspiration and guidance in your walk with God.